And at number 10, Courtney Love. Courtney Love has admitted to having 3 major procedures to change herself over the years, but unfortunately she hasn't been happy with them. The first procedure was liposuction on her butt, but she said that it ended up ruining her figure, and she discouraged anyone from getting it done. She also had a mouth enhancement, not really sure what that means, but she wasn't happy with it either. She said after that procedure, quote, "I just want the mouth God gave me back. It was perfectly cute and I had nice big lips." The last procedure she's admitted to was a nose job, although after the original procedure, she ended up getting it corrected because she did not like it, even calling it a quote, "little beak" at one point. All this aside, I think Courtney looks really beautiful now, although it's clear she looks vastly different than her natural self. And at number 9, Kylie Jenner. Everybody knows that Kylie Jenner looks like a completely different person after all of her plastic surgery, and she's owned up to a very little bit of what she's had done. The one procedure that she speaks often about is her lip fillers. She says that growing up her small lips were a big insecurity of hers, and she got lip fillers as a teenager when a boy told her that her lips were not kissable. This whole lip craze spawned her now billion-dollar business, as she was constantly looking for lip liner to overline her lips with. Along with the lip fillers, it's speculated that Kylie got a Brazilian butt lift, cheek fillers, chin implant, and an eyebrow raise. And even though she looks like a whole other person compared to her teenage self, she denies any other procedures. But it seems that Kylie slightly regrets the lip filler, and she admitted that they were way too big at one point. And at number 8, Denise Richards. Fans have been questioning for years if Denise Richards has had any facial modifications, but she's consistently denied changing her face with any procedures, including Botox or fillers. However, she's open about her breast implants and the long and horrible process to get them where they are now. She first got implants at 19 and had to get it fixed twice before they were what she wanted. Apparently, the first 2 surgeons made her breasts larger than she wanted, and she didn't have the time or energy to fix it when it happened. Denise also revealed that she had the second procedure before filming Wild Things and didn't want to get in a lawsuit with a plastic surgeon before filming that. She now calls the decision a large investment, but she's happy with how they look now. And at number 7, Bella Hadid. Bella Hadid was recently voted the most beautiful person in the world, but her beauty is not au naturel. Bella never talks about the work that she's had done, but from before and after pictures it's clear that she had a lot of enhancements. During a 2018 interview, she responded to comments about her plastic surgery, saying, quote, "People think I got all this surgery or did this or that, and you know what? We can do a scan of my face, darling. I'm scared of putting fillers into my lips. I wouldn't want to mess up my face." And with the before and afters that we have now, it's hard to claim that it's all puberty. The most common surgeries that have been rumored are a nose job, cat eye eyebrow lift, and either fillers or surgery to sharpen her face. And at number 6, Tori Spelling. Tori Spelling grew up in the limelight, and because of this, it's assumed that she got extensive plastic surgery. It doesn't help that her face has changed considerably over the years. However, she denies having anything but minor modifications made. In the past, Spelling has admitted to having her nose and breasts done, but that's it. When talking about the rumors that she's had more work done, she said, quote, "People have been talking about me having plastic surgery since I was 17. It's the one thing that stayed with me my entire career." Even though she doesn't admit to any major changes, she did reveal that her kids don't recognize her in her reruns of 90210. So there's that. Halfway number 5, Latoya Jackson. Latoya Jackson has had major plastic surgery over the years, and it's to a point that her past self is completely unrecognizable. The most noticeable procedure Latoya has had is a nose job. It was reported in 2017 that she was allegedly one nose job away from completely losing her nose. Plastic surgeons that were asked to comment on her nose said that the outer flare of her nostrils had been overly narrowed to a point of near disappearance. One doctor said that each surgery on the face carries the risk of more collapsing, and said it could be almost impossible for her to breathe through it if she continues to get work done. It's also rumored that her and her late brother Michael Jackson went to the same plastic surgeon, as their noses were almost identical. And at number 4, Khloe Kardashian. After Kylie, Khloe is the Kardashian with the most recognizable plastic surgery. And even though she's had as much work done as her sister, Khloe seems to get the most hate for her ever-changing appearance. During the recent Keeping Up with the Kardashians reunion, she addressed the accusations and admitted to all the cosmetic procedures that she's had done. For the first time ever, she admitted to getting a nose job, Botox, and fillers. Although she did admit that she responded horribly to Botox, so she doesn't get it anymore. Although Khloe did not admit to getting any work done to her body, it's heavily speculated that she got a Brazilian butt lift, which is when fat is taken from the body and injected into the butt. And at number 3, Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox has had a dramatic change since Friends, and it's caused many to speculate that she went under the knife. She's admitted to getting some procedures to fight aging, and says that she regrets getting a lot of them now. Most actresses in Hollywood struggle with that because there's less and less work for women as they get older, unfortunately. And unfortunately for Courtney, she's featured on so many of the, plastic surgery disasters lists. Courtney still looks very beautiful in my opinion, but it's clear that she's had too much Botox and a botched procedure somewhere around her mouth. And at number 2, Lil Kim. Lil Kim looks so different from her original self that she's basically unrecognizable now. Not only has she changed many aspects of her face over the years, but she's also heavily bleached her skin. Since her surgeries are constantly brought up by the media, Kim decided to address it in a 2005 interview. She claims that she used to be in a physically abusive relationship and she had to fix her injuries from that relationship using plastic surgery. She even remembers one point where she was released from the hospital from a broken nose for it to be broken by him yet again. And finally, number 1, Heidi Montag. Heidi Montag was once known as the plastic surgery queen because she got addicted to getting surgeries and even made the risky decision to once have 10 surgeries in one single day. Heidi went from the girl next door look to fake glam Barbie look. She's admitted to having numerous procedures in the past, including a brow lift, Botox in her face, a nose job, a chin reduction, fat injections in her cheeks, her ears pinned back, lip, neck, waist, hip, and thigh liposuction, breast implants to a size F, a butt augmentation, and her back curved. Not sure why anyone would want that. So clearly an insane amount of modifications. But of course, having all these surgeries come with a lot of risks. And she explained that she almost died because of a really risky surgery. Apparently she was on the table practically dead and the doctors did not know if she was going to make it. She now says that she regrets a lot of her past work.
Kylie has been in the public eye for years and we've seen her grow and evolve her look over time, but what does the real Kylie look like? Starting off with Kylie's ever-changing hair. Let's talk about what is real versus what is fake. We know that Kylie is no stranger to changing up her do. In the past, she's dyed her hair all kinds of different colors, including her famous bright teal ombre that she rocked back in 2014, and she's rocked different lengths as well. Kylie started wearing hair extensions back in 2010, but in recent years she's mostly been wearing wigs, going from floor-length black hair to bright yellow, shorter-length hair in a blink of an eye. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if in a few years Kylie released a hair collection called Kylie Wigs or something. She once said that she started wigs, but obviously that isn't exactly true. Because she changes up her look so often, people have a hard time keeping up with what her real hair looks like, so when she shares pictures of what her natural hair looks like, it becomes a big deal. To me, that's kind of funny. Like, imagine your brand is being so fake that when you show your real self, it makes headlines. Can't relate, but carry on. Over the course of the pandemic and the first lockdown, we saw many celebs, including Kylie, showing off their natural selves since there was nothing to get glammed for. And one of the things that was exposed was Kylie's natural hair. Over the time that she's been participating in social distancing, she shared with her followers that she was going on a hair journey, probably to repair the damage that she had done to it over an extended period of time. Her hair at this time is dyed a lighter brown color, bleached from its natural dark brown. Since there is no big gala or event to go to, Kylie has been embracing her natural self, and it's a good thing. It's time to show people that you don't need perfect hair to be beautiful. Moving on, Kylie's skin is one of the things that people have a problem with, and I'm not talking about her skincare line. However, that did get some mixed reviews. Cue Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star making fun of it.
I don't like that it has a fragrance. I don't think it should, but hey, that's just me.
Kylie has been receiving a lot of negative attention for the way her skin looks because people accuse her of blackfishing and looking fake. Kylie often gets spray tans, making herself look darker, and some have even accused her of darkening her tan in photos as well. There have been side-by-side images of Kylie compared to black celebrities, and people point out how similarly their skin looks. Kylie's skin is not naturally that tan, and we recently saw what she looks like without the tans, makeup, or filters when she was photographed by paparazzi during lockdown. In real life, she's much paler and looks like a normal human being rather than the glam model that she poses as on social media. But it's not just the tan that she fakes, but also her complexion. A lot of the time, many celebrities, including Kylie, of course, airbrush their photos and use filters to make their skin look smoother and clearer, but that's not something that every person can relate to. Yes, we all want to look our best, but the makeup and filters aren't real, and there is truth underneath. Kylie has posted photos without filters to show what her skin looks like in real life. And you can see minor blemishes, which is perfectly fine. She's only human after all. Kylie has also posted a few no makeup selfies that shows off something that we rarely get to see in her other highly edited photos, which are her freckles. Kylie hides so much under fake tans and makeup, so seeing the real her is actually pretty refreshing. Now, do you guys remember back in 2015 when the Kylie Jenner lip challenge was a thing? There were so many YouTubers trying it and viral vines of the challenge going wrong, and it even got to the point where doctors were hopping on news shows to warn parents about their kids doing this challenge. So many people wanted lips like Kylie, but unfortunately, if you didn't have the money to pay for fillers, most people turned to vacuuming their lips onto bottle caps or cups. It even prompted the invention of many tools to plump your lips with the same kind of suction. Kylie kept getting lip fillers and kept up with her big lip brand, even creating her lip kit for Kylie Cosmetics around the trend of overlining your lips to make them look bigger. She had fillers until 2018 after the birth of her daughter Stormi, where she announced that she had her lip fillers dissolved. It had been a while since the world saw Kylie's real lips for the way they were before, and we all got used to their new fuller shape, but don't forget that this is what she looked like before all the cosmetic work was done. Her fillerless look didn't last very long, since she got them back about 3 months after having them removed. But why did she get them in the first place? Well, according to Kylie, she wanted to get lip fillers ever since a boy commented on how thin her lips were as a young teen. It became something that she was very self-conscious about, and so she corrected this by getting cosmetic procedures done. When she got her fillers taken out in 2018, even if it was for a brief time, she got a lot of praise for embracing her natural self, and a lot of her fans commented on how much better she looked. But it's her body and she can do whatever she wants with it. But speaking of bodies, something that a lot of people seemingly like commenting on is other people's bodies. Now, I'm a big believer in body positivity and also body neutrality. Basically, it's my thought that everyone is beautiful no matter what they look like and what size they are, whatever imperfections they believe they have, and really anything makes you unique. But I also believe that your body is there to keep you alive and that you don't need to suffer to achieve a perfect look. All you have to do is take care of yourself and your body, and that's all that matters. Many celebrities and their presence on social media kind of go against this, as they often post their skinniest or curviest posts, and a lot of people, especially young people, look up to this and think that this is what they must strive for. So seeing people like Kim K and Kylie Jenner with their tiny waists and big booties wearing their waist trainers and shapewear isn't exactly realistic for everyone. Just because that's what they look like online and in magazines doesn't mean they really look like that in real life. Though Kylie has never confirmed any plastic surgery other than getting lip fillers, a lot of people believe that she's gotten surgery on her body, enhancing her curves and making her look like her sisters with their signature bodies. Now, it could be real or it could be fake, but the bottom line is that you don't know and you don't have to strive to look like these people, especially if their looks are paid for and not grown. Kylie Jenner looks different in real life. This we know for certain. Whether it's her real hair that she hides beneath wigs and extensions, or her skin that she alters through tanning and makeup, or her lips that she alters through filters and cosmetics, or even her body that she shows off using her small little waist trainers and diet techniques. Nothing on social media is ever 100% real, but that's okay to an extent. It's fine if you want to change things to make yourself feel better, but don't forget to be honest about it. And remind other people that you are not the standard for beauty and that beauty is subjective. Everyone can be an Instagram model if they want to be, and nothing has to change. You just have to be confident, because that is the most beautiful quality anyone can have.
Ellen DeGeneres is known for her cheerful and youthful appearance on TV, but after the recent controversy, there have been theories that Ellen's looks have taken a major hit. And as a result, she partook in various facial modifications to stop the signs of aging. So if you didn't already know, Ellen is 63 years old, and she looks great for her age. When her official Twitter account announced that she was turning 60 back in 2018, fans were shocked, as Ellen didn't look a day over 45. One Twitter user wrote, quote, "Ellen DeGeneres is 60? I genuinely thought she was like early 40s. What kind of witchcraft is this?" And trust me, this person was not alone in their shock. But as we all know, Ellen went through a massive cancellation practically all of last year, where fans were starting to turn on her because she was being exposed for being horrible to work with. Tons of people who worked with Ellen on her show, or just had interactions with her in everyday life, came out and exposed that her whole nice girl brand was just an act, and she was actually one of the meanest people in Hollywood. And of course, after a cancellation like that, it's gonna take a toll on how a person looks. One tabloid called The Globe did a whole piece on the matter, where they claimed to have spoken with one of Ellen's acquaintances who said the scandal was having a massive impact on how she looked. The source said, quote, "It shows in the bags under her eyes, the saggy cheeks and jaw. She's breaking out something terrible, and her skin looks blotchy from all the stress she's been under. Even with makeup on, she looks haggard." The source went on to say that Ellen is very conscious of her age and always looking like she's aging gracefully. So the change made her book tons of appointments with cosmetic doctors to bring back her youthful appearance before her show came back on air for its 18th season. With the source adding, quote, "She's booking appointments with dermatologists and surgeons. demanding Botox fillers, a facelift and eye lift, surgery to tighten her neck, and microdermabrasion. She doesn't care what it costs because money is no object. Apparently, in the midst of all the drama with her image, Ellen was also facing some marital problems with her wife, Portia de Rossi, with the source saying that these issues have definitely added to Ellen's rough appearance, with them saying, quote, they've had their share of problems and Ellen's diva behavior is to blame. That's exactly what's gotten Ellen into so much trouble with her staffers, past and present. But the source said that Portia supports any cosmetic work that Ellen decides to have done. And this sort of theory of Ellen being mean while Portia is nice does back up what one bodyguard said about Ellen. The bodyguard was hired to be with the couple at the 2014 Oscars, and he said that Ellen was very cold and didn't introduce herself to him. However, he did say that Portia was, quote, very pleasant and carried on a conversation, but that Ellen was kind of demeaning. And these rumors of Ellen getting work done before getting on TV are not new. There were rumors a few years ago that all of Ellen's procedures combined cost her $1 million in total. One New York City doctor commented on Ellen's appearance, with them speculating about the work that she's had done, saying, quote, it's quite obvious she underwent a full facelift and everything else as well. She had almost everything done that can be done, and I suspect a nose job too. Other doctors have suspected that she's had peels and laser treatments to tighten the skin, and another doctor doubled down on claims of a facelift, as there are signs of it around Ellen's ears. I also think it's obvious that Ellen uses lots of beauty lighting when doing her show, as her skin is always smooth and glowing, which is much different than what we see from paparazzi photos like this that were recently taken in February of 2021.
Priscilla Caputo was an aspiring model from California looking to make it big in the industry. As many people in the industry do, she got plastic surgery to enhance her appearance. I'm sure we're all aware that the modeling industry is very picky when it comes to the models that they promote, so there is unfortunately a lot of pressure on people to look perfect, even though realistically there is no perfect person. Anyway, Priscilla was a little self-conscious about her looks, and she told sources, quote, I'd look in the mirror and see somebody who needed a little more help, end quote. Priscilla started getting fillers primarily in her lips to enhance their size and shape, but unfortunately she didn't know at what point she should stop. Before I continue on with the video, please do consider leaving a like on the video to help support the channel. We love getting your feedback, so please go ahead and smash that like button. Priscilla told sources that she didn't realize the monster that she had created until it was too late. Her boyfriend at the time was a plastic surgeon who performed the procedures on her, but he never advised her to stop getting fillers. Priscilla said that he never said to stop, so she just kept going. It wasn't until she posted a selfie on Facebook that showed off her drastically changed looks that she realized what she had done. Soon she was going viral for her altered appearance, and she became an internet laughingstock. Gone were her chances of becoming a model because she had pushed the limits of cosmetic alteration too far, and her appearance, both physically and socially, were changed forever. Priscilla ended up in therapy because her tarnished appearance took a severe toll on her mental health. She revealed how her looks caused her to become deeply depressed and wanted to end her own life, saying, quote, my life turned into a nightmare. Priscilla is now using her experience as a warning for others, saying that those who are looking to alter their appearances should rethink their decisions, saying, quote, you'll be much happier if you stay with what nature gave you, end quote. Her plastic surgery not only took away her happiness, but also her prospects of becoming a model, as she had once aspired to be. Her opinion on plastic surgery has definitely changed from when she first started, and has said, quote, I can't look at these pictures of myself without crying, but I'm willing for people to see them if it helps just one girl avoid the path that I took. It's so sad to see the toll that these cosmetic alterations have taken on this woman, but luckily she's in a better place mentally than she was before. Her lips have returned to a normal size after stopping her collagen treatments and other plastic surgeries. Now I want to know your take on this. Would you ever get plastic surgery or fillers? And after hearing about Priscilla's story, are you afraid that this might become an addiction like Priscilla? One celebrity who knows this better than anyone is Amanda Lepore. Amanda is a transgender model whose drastic looks are really quite famous, and a lot of people are curious as to how that happened. Amanda has said that she has the most expensive body in the world because of how many procedures she's had, and has opened up about the times that she's gone under the knife and how her life has led her to this point. It's quite an interesting story, so let's dive into how Amanda Lepore drastically changed her looks. Amanda's memoir, Doll Parts, really dove into her life and legacy, and we learned a lot about the American socialite from her upbringing to where she is today, and the surgeries that gave her her signature look. Amanda wrote that she was born on November 21st, 1967, and when she was about 10 years old, she saw something on TV that changed her life. There was a program on TV that talked about gender confirmation surgery, and so after watching it, she went to her parents and told them that she wanted one, saying, quote, "I was a girl, it was a fact, it wasn't a conscious decision," end quote. She opened up about her early life, saying that her family wasn't very welcoming of her identity, saying that she drifted from her family quite early in her life, so as you could imagine, Amanda telling her family that she's trans did not go over well at first. At the age of 15, Amanda was looking for a community, and she sort of found it. She met a go-go dancer named Bambi, and in exchange for hormone pills, she traded sequin garments that she handmade at home. Before long, Amanda was starting her transition thanks to her bedazzling skills and help from Bambi. Though she was ruthlessly bullied at school, she continued to embrace her identity by coming to school all dressed up. Amanda would say that when she's really done up, she feels happy and mentally well, as opposed to when she's more dressed down. And this started very early on in her life, which could explain the over-the-top looks and personality. Before I continue on with the video, I just want to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on the video if you are enjoying it so far, because it really helps us out. At this point, embracing her femininity, Amanda's mother began accepting her daughter for who she was. Buying her makeup and clothes, they grew a bond as her father and brother disapproved and basically went out of the picture. It was then that she dropped her birth name, adopted her new name, and began her life as Amanda Lepore. At the age of 17, she met a man named Michael who was 10 years her senior and still lived at home with his parents. They fell in love, and after revealing to him that she was transgender, he supported her and they made the steps towards getting Amanda gender confirmation surgery. Paid for by Michael's father, Amanda got the procedure done and married Michael a year later. Things didn't work out though, as Michael forced Amanda to become a housewife and he abused her. She later left him and went to live a life on her own. After leaving her husband, Amanda moved to New York and found work in the club scene. It was here that things took off for Amanda for a number of reasons. Firstly, she became part of the culture in the city. She watched as club life and entertainment changed over the years. She watched as trends would come and go, and this really shaped her as a person. She met some influential people and rose up in the ranks of fame, acquiring connections and some money here and there, but her true fame came when she met photographer Dave LaChapelle. Amanda soon became his muse, and in a way he lifted her out of the confinements of the club scene and brought her into true fame. Soon she was being brought to parties, meeting more influential people, and being featured in magazine spreads for publications like Playboy and Visionaire. She started making more money and began investing that money into herself. As she started her plastic surgery journey, her look became more and more unique and drastic, to the point where she was no longer famous for being a model, she was famous for being herself. Just like how Kim K is famous for being herself and having her famously large booty, same goes for Amanda being famous for her drastic bombshell look. Over the years, Amanda got a number of procedures done. Some were free and others were paid for with the money that she earned through modeling and being a socialite. One of the first procedures that she got done was a nose job when she was just 15 years old. Amanda said that this surgery was done for free by a doctor that she met in a club, and that she got the procedure done to slim down her nose. She also technically got her gender confirmation surgery for free, as well as her ex-husband's father is the one who paid for the operation. She said that this operation totaled around $10,000, but since her father-in-law footed the bill, she didn't have to worry about the cost of that procedure either. Though she started off receiving her hormone treatments from her friend Bambi for trading sequin bikinis, she later had to start paying for her own treatments, maintaining her routine since she was 15. Other procedures Amanda has had done include her hairline lowering and eyebrow lifting procedures, where she got these done to create the look of a smaller forehead. She's also received double eyelid surgery to make her eyes look bigger, cheekbone augmentation to give her face a more heart-shaped look, lip augmentations, and corrective lip reductions because she actually went a little overboard at one point. On top of that, she's also received a number of breast augmentations over the years, gradually working her way up to a double D cup, and she's gotten rib reshaping surgery in Mexico because the procedure is actually illegal in the US. This operation is where doctors break the patient's bottom ribs and push them in order to create a smaller waist shape. Amanda has spent tens of thousands of dollars on plastic surgery over the years, and she doesn't seem to have any regrets about it, other than the lip augmentations that went a little overboard. She writes in her book that there isn't one way to be trans, just like there isn't one way to be a woman. She compares herself to Kylie Jenner, saying that she's the complete opposite, saying, quote, "After seeing the Kylie Jenner show, I think my book is an alternative to where you can be hyper feminine and enjoy not being so serious." She says it's fine if you don't want to wear makeup and dress up, but the larger than life things things are what make her happy, and that's also okay. She supports those who want to transform themselves into the dream version of themselves, saying, quote, "I like women who transform themselves. It's what I do. My high is looking fabulous." Preach, girl. Though yes, Amanda's look is a little out there, it's eye-catching, and I guess that's exactly what she was going for. Though she says that she has a hard time dating because of who she is and what she looks like, she seems to be fine with it because she's happy with herself, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.